Mike, it looks like we just accomplished another successful episode of Batteries Not Included.
It's like we made 8 of these things already.
I know. You know, I was about to ask you before I sat down over there, what's 3 adjectives you'd use to describe the episode that they're about to watch?
Well, Henry, I think I'd have to go with effervescent. I'd have to go with bulbous. And you know what? I think I'll throw in mysterious third option.
God, couldn't have said it better myself. You know, while you guys are watching the video, if you like it, what should you hit?
Like.
And if you want to see more of this, what should you do?
Comment down below.
And there's a little red button while you're down there. What should you do?
Click it to subscribe to Jike and Hank. Anyway, we hope you enjoy this dramatic conclusion to our D&D adventure, and we'll see you in the next one.
Now come over here and give me some of that firm chicken.
Welcome back to the continuation of BNI's starter Dungeons & Dragons one-shot campaign. When we left off, the party was leaving Millwind at just about 5 p.m.
Wrong.
We were heading towards
summer break, you idiot.
We were heading to Millwind.
Millwind, get your
Millwind.
Hey. Try again.
Are we doing the entire opening again? You, Henry. Okay.
Millwind.
Roll the intro.
Welcome back to Batteries Not Included. Batteries Not Included. That can't be. That can't be possessive.
Welcome back to our D&D one-shot.
Oh, okay. Welcome back to a continuation of our Dungeons and Dragons one-shot campaign. Shut up, my God! What do you mean?
Here we are with our continuation of... So sorry.
Welcome back to our Dungeons and Dragons one-shot. And I believe last time we left off, we were heading to Millwind from summer break. It was roughly 5 p.m.
Yes, that is what I have down here.
About
Fantastic. Okay, very good. So,
First try.
why did you have to add that? You know what? We're going to do something a little interesting. As the 4 of you start making your way out of the city, you have your direction, you have your objective. I'm going to need someone to roll me a d10.
Is this the...
Anyone.
I can do that. I'm gonna roll this. It is a 6.
It's a
0.
6.
Thank God.
Cool. The 4 of you are making your way through the kind of outskirt forests of the area. You notice that a lot of the trees have been cut down, presumably to aid in the construction of the city. Yes, Henry O'Brien.
Who renamed my character Maiden Flamingo?
It could be anyone. I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about. I thought your Dragonborn fighter's name was always Maiden Flamingo.
That's what I have in my note.
Let me see.
I'm pretty sure
Exact handwriting.
Yeah.
last
I
episode.
don't think so. I think you're
yeah.
lying. I'm gaslighting you.
So you're making your way through the outskirts. There are a couple dotted little cottages. You're assuming that these are probably just people living on the outskirts of town, benefiting off the luxuries of the city, but not really accustomed to the urban life.
Freeloading bastards, I believe.
No, they're quite literally just living on the land.
They're living off the fat of the land.
Communists.
The
Yeah, they
bunnies.
are.
Rabbits, George.
Oh my God. You do notice that a particularly large crowd has gathered just off the rodside to your left. You're not
Burning Man.
There's a burning man in the
Is
village.
there actually a Burning Man in...
Are we passing a lynch?
God damn it!
Everyone can roll a perception check to figure out what exactly is going on.
D20.
Yeah.
17.
17?
What was
38.
15,
got
16. Plus
10.
10. Cool. So,
Did you just gym at the camera?
Gorman and Maldron.
Maiden? Flamingo? You mean?
That's the undercover name. Well, Maldron is the undercover name, and I'm using the undercover name. So the two of you are a bit more perceptive than your allies, as you notice in the center of this group, there is a large post that looks like it has been on fire, not anymore, and there looks to be something tied to it. As all four of you get closer and the crowd begins to start walking away, you notice that there is a charred body that is kind of drooped off of this post.
You, Mike? What the
Hey guys, I played a festival one time.
It's just off to your left. You've come farther up the path. Only a couple people remain around this corpse, which is still smoldering.
Hey, what's up with the corpse?
So as you take a step off the path and just approach these random villagers and just...
My charisma's really high.
What? Oh, you didn't hear about the burning today?
No, that's why I'm asking.
Well, you must not be from around here.
No, we just left summer break. Sorry, I have a bad habit of interrupting people.
If you're...
Like, do I interrupt or do I just leave it?
This is one of them traders that's been running along this road. It's a group of bandits been harassing us for the longest time.
Oh, really?
And yeah, we finally caught one, and well,
now this group of bandits that you're sorry, I interrupted. Sorry.
These bandits called themselves the Trees Brotherhood. T-R-I.
Well, that's not the thing that we're here about, so I don't really care. So what's in it for us? To deal with I'm assuming you sound like you're looking for someone to deal with these bandits, yes?
Well, I can't say the folk around here have much to give.
Kind of seems like they dealt with him.
That's one guy.
Did you not hear the word brotherhood? I don't think we can offer much to you, let alone the group you're traveling with, but if you want to clear them out along the way, I'm fairly certain that they should be active around this time, and especially later in the night if you're going to be on the road still. If you see any, give them a whack.
Do they have a camp nearby?
We don't know. They move every single night. We've had our best hunters go out and try and find them, but it's not like stalking down a deer.
All right.
This has backwash in it. You don't want it.
We think we should keep an eye out for these bandits.
I say we do.
Banditos on the way out on our way to Millbreak. What's the name? Millwind. Sorry.
Definitely seems likely.
You did it first. Shut up.
Yeah, nice knowing the map, idiot. So, what do we want to do?
Eat one of the cows.
Okay.
So I'm gonna veto that.
I'm gonna hit him on a head.
I'm
with
gonna
a rock. On the head.
I really don't think it's a good idea to just eat cows, especially these look like the people that we just agreed to help, and you want to eat.
And they might give us a reward. And if we
They
eat their
literally
cow,
said they don't have a lot to give. I say we eat one of their cows.
I think that's an awful.
I'm hungry. I'm providing a service. I get paid for that service in meat of cow.
So you have no
What's weird
more
about this?
Please don't.
As you make your way more into the village, you do see that woman that was talked to earlier, kind of just milling about in front of presumably her own house, which actually looks to be one of the larger houses in the village.
I want to go up to her and talk to her. Oh,
What
my
do you
name
need?
is Azure. Do you need me to spell that for you?
Oh, don't worry about it.
All right.
Not many people in this village know how to read or write.
Could I trouble you for a place to stay for the night? My friends and I are traveling through on our way to
Yeah.
Millwind. I almost said windmill. I was like, flip it around, and then I flipped it back around.
Oh.
I don't think anybody has much of an occupancy in their house, but if you'd like to take up just a place to stay in the barn over by the center of town, feel free to.
I would very much appreciate that.
If you want,
Not the first time I've slept in hay.
Well, it's all yours, and if you need any food, the lot of you, feel free. We don't have much to offer, but we certainly
Made in
could.
Flamingo. Do you want to say something right now?
I need food.
He's very hungry.
Oh yeah, of course.
He's 8 feet tall, like 600 something pounds. Like he eats a lot.
Fair enough. You are humanoid in form, but you still are draconic reptilian. So, do you have a cloaca?
is you asking.
No, this is me asking.
Oh, okay. I was like, dang it.
No, I don't. I
want
got a
Hilda
big
to
old
ask.
dragon dick.
If you and your friends, companions want to go start setting up just a little place to stay in the barn, I can send someone over with something to eat in a little bit, if you don't mind.
That would be amazing.
Thank you. Well, then enjoy the barn for the night, and
Thank you for your hospitality.
Thank you
of
for your
course,
hospitality.
of course.
Do we need to keep an eye on you while we sleep in here?
They said food's coming.
Is it gonna be enough?
He
I
does
have
have
night
3
vision.
stomachs, and there's 1, 2, 3 of us.
Only one is empty.
There's also so much lives. There's also so much lives. You can tell?
Wouldn't it be cooler if it was like a triple shot anus? Like rotating barrel.
You know, I was about to apologize for constantly doing this, but you're not helping.
I know.
Can I just chase
So-
some chickens?
Chase some chickens?
Just chase some chickens.
Yeah, go ahead. The chickens are clucking furiously as they try and get away on their tiny
And
little
there's your
legs.
thumbnail for part
My legs
2.
are just as tiny, and I can run just as fast.
Can we do a to that camera
Yeah.
because they did it to that one?
Okay, yeah.
Well put.
Matt, do you want me to join you for yours?
And there's our
Yeah, sure.
No. One.
Fine.
No, it's just mine. Anyway, hear a knock on one of the doors, and a younger man kind of creaks it open with a very large, looking like a steaming pot, with a couple wooden bowls in his other hand and ladles.
Do it fart.
It do not.
Okay.
Perception check to see if the soup falls.
Well, here you go. A little bit of stew that we put together. He puts the pot down, puts the bowls down, puts the ladle on top, and just, well, have a good night, y'all.
Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Really
Any
appreciate
dips?
it.
I'll start spooning out portions
Let's
for you guys.
Can we go first, please?
Go ahead.
We'll take normal portions,
Okay.
and then you can have it.
The entire pot of it, I'm assuming you
Just
want.
give you the cast iron.
Just go ahead.
Is there any vegetables in it?
Just assorted vegetables.
Like those crazy, like super absorbed,
I
like
wouldn't think a
liquid,
dragon-
like carrots, like when they
Yes.
sit in the soup
Yes.
for like a while and they're just like.
Can I roll to make sure it's like safe to eat?
I was
Yeah.
thinking
Just
the
because
same
I'm a
thing.
little paranoid.
So that's going to be I'll do an investigation check.
I got a 14, but then I moved it. What the fuck?
Cool.
Oh,
So,
nice.
Gorman, this soup
One.
has very high potential. This soup has a very high potential to be dangerous.
Oh, wait, plus what?
Very high potential to be dangerous.
Wait, plus
Oh,
what?
and
What do I add?
investigation.
No,
The
plus
2
one,
of you.
So 15.
Yeah.
It's 0. I got a 1. My investigation is -1.
The soup is poison. It will kill you.
God damn it, Sarah! I'm the only hungry one.
You perceive that it's most likely poison. He knows it's poison. For a fact.
4.
Exactly. The 2 of you notice that it's perfectly fine and was probably made with quite a lot. As soon as you step outside the barn, can I have a perception check?
16 plus the wisdom, 17.
So, as you make your way outside, you kind of push open the door quickly and kind of close it behind you, and you start to make your way outside of the little pen surrounding the barn. You notice a couple figures just at the edge of the wood line, kind of making their way just very slowly on the very, very border of where the village is. You make your way over to the edge of the woods, and I'm going to need another perception check.
19 plus 1, 20.
All right. As you make your way over,
I
not
definitely see it.
not only do you see them, but you can hear whispering. You don't hear much, but you do hear that they are whispering about a take. What they are about to collect from this hall. After a couple minutes and very, very hushed debating, even you can't hear, being just a couple feet away, you see all 3 of them kind of fan out and start to move into the village. And they're moving toward the barn. Just like clockwork, the 2 on the left and the right disappear behind buildings as the one in the center is left alone, kind of peering behind a shack towards the barn.
Can I grab him and quietly and like interrogate him?
I'm going to need you to roll athletics if you want to grab him.
18.
What the dude?
Plus what?
Plus
strength.
Whatever.
My strength plus 3. Okay, that's 21.
You sneak up and just kind of grab him, putting one hand over his mouth and another hand wrapped around his chest. You are much, much bigger than this person.
Yeah.
As you kind of just completely surround him, you notice that this is indeed a human. And he's pretty short even for a human. He is defenseless. You have him completely grappled. As you kind of keep one hand clasped over his mouth, you get your other arm and you just kind of wrap it around his neck and pull tightly until he stops moving. In the time that it took you to dispatch that one, the other two have made it to the entrance, the back and front entrances of the barn, as all three of you roll me perception checks with disadvantage. While the two of you just barely stay asleep. Azur, you are stirred by one of the doors very slightly creaking open. What?
One number difference?
One number difference.
Shit, man.
One number difference.
At least one of us got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over there because I'm pretty sure Maldred's eating one of the cows.
Okay. So
I
you
told him not to.
You get up, kind of expecting that Maldron's gonna be face deep in a dead cow. And
Sexy.
in your
More ways than one.
and as you kind of look at the door as it's kind of creaking open, an unfamiliar face of what seems to be a goblin just kind of pokes through, kind of eyeing what's inside. The goblin just looks at you and just
I grab the door and I fling it open.
You just see my hand, like just grab it.
So, as you fling the door open, this goblin is kind of caught off guard and just, oh, you really want to scrap like that, mate? And he draws a very, very rusty looking knife towards you. And as you're looking at this goblin and kind of looking past him, there is a gigantic draconic shadow looming at the edge of the fence behind him.
Wait a minute.
Waiting.
This is so unfair. I don't have a knife on me. This is so ridiculous. Fight me hand to hand like any normal person would. Goblins included. I know that you have your own code and ethics of armor, and I'm like kind of like looking at him like I'm time wasting.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like,
Yeah.
I know you have your own code and your own ethics, and I know that you, in your heart of hearts, will fight me hand to hand to see which one of us will win.
Suddenly the sun gets blotted. It's like I'm belly flopping on top of the gun.
I mean, it's about 10 feet from the edge of the fence to the goblin. So if you want to make a jump from the top of the fence to squish this goblin, I'm going to need an athletics check.
Yeah, he's
So,
gonna pass.
wait, what is your strength?
Did hit the other dice.
What is your strength?
What is my strength?
Yeah.
Plus 3.
Yeah, same here.
No, just base strength. Well, actually, never mind.
The base stat is 17.
Yeah, with a plus 3, I don't even need it. With a strength over 10, you can jump that far without a running start. So, I believe with a 17 strength, you can jump 17 feet without that running start. So clearing this 10 feet is nothing. However, as you prepare to get onto this fence and prepare to jump, you're gonna keep talking to him, and he's just, well, I guess you're right. It doesn't seem right to fight someone.
Come on, yeah, exactly. I've just woken up.
You're taller than me.
I don't care about that. You have a knife. What kind of equalizing factor is that? The knife.
You're taller than me. I have a knife.
You have a knife. That's so unfair.
You're taller.
How does that help me?
And split.
Can I land on my feet though? I don't want to like belly flop him.
So
Just like, oh.
Oh, my scales.
So, as you say that it would have no advantage, it says, well, of course it would. If someone's above me, they can do a lot more to me. The moon is blotted out by this enormous shape that descends upon the goblin. You watch as Maldron appears from the inky black of the night and just where the goblin was standing is just a pile of fur, leather, and intestines as Maldron is now right. I hate you. And both of you roll me a perception check.
Oh wait, you got a nat 1?
2. I got a 2. With modifiers is a 2. I got a nat 1. Yes.
Cool.
Is he in a coma now?
His soup was poisoned.
My head. My.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I got a 15.
It's because when I hit the ground, your little
My
body was.
head is deep in the hay.
Dimple, you're shaking awake. Your tiny form just can't take this.
Yep.
And as you kind of wake up with a start,
Yep.
you look around and you see that Gorman is still asleep, and 3 chickens have found their way onto his face, blocking his ear. As you wake up, just in time to notice an almost feline head poking its way into the door next to you.
Fuck no.
It doesn't seem to notice you yet.
Okay.
However, it still is peeking its way into the barn. What would you like to do? Gorman is right next to you.
I do have minor illusion, and I'd love to use that in some way to distract the little kitty cat.
So as soon as you notice, you kind of just like
into a ball of yarn.
Like a laser pointer. Honestly, ball of yarn. Throw that
you
shit
want
in
to go
there.
ball of yarn.
I would love to go giant
Are you
ball.
100% sure?
As it pounces on it, you stab him from above.
She finally makes her way over to it and just, what the hell is this? And swipes her paw through it as the illusion disappears. You kind of reach your tiny little hand out of the hay and kind of, and as you do that, this little spark kind of becomes a larger ball of fire as it careens to the back of this bandit. It hits her in the back of the head and just, as her head just boom in a little ball of fire. Fur goes everywhere, blood kind of splatters on the wall, and the body just.
I'm gonna kind of gag a little bit. I don't know if my little body can handle that. That's kind of gross.
The body rolls off of you, the neck is still smoldering as you look at an empty barn.
What the fuck?
I heard a loud bang from right outside the barn. I didn't have enough time to really look at it.
Speaking of the large bang, on the inside of the barn, you hear a little.
Was that? We should probably check that out.
We can in a second. There's a third.
There's a third.
The two of you start to make your way back to the other bandit. He is still on the ground, completely unconscious, as the two of you hear footsteps running away from the barn.
I think we should follow.
Those might be the bandits.
There could be more.
Yeah, we should go.
We should really go.
All right.
Yeah.
The two of you make your way back to the body, and I need both of you to make investigation checks. As you both
Seeking
approach,
out Bigfoot.
you see the bandit.
Wisdom is trying to.
As both of you approach,
Roll to try and
9. Could go either way.
you see the form of the bandit start to flicker a little bit on the edges. As you approach, this is an illusion. However, as the two of you are catching up very close to them, you do notice that it's your idiot companions, both of you. As you catch up, all 4 of you make me perception checks.
I'm very like focused on the body that's disappearing. I'm not noticing
you're
anything.
absolutely floored at the fact that there's an illusion here. As all 3 of you hear a very distinct sound of whistling coming from the edge of the forest.
Guys, what if he just chopped off some dude's head? I want to be the next guy.
to get your head chopped off?
No, to fight him.
Can we go and check it out?
You probably should have worded that better. We don't know exactly what we're getting into with the sword here. Why don't you use the monkey?
I'm not sending him in alone.
No, not to not to fight, to see what we're dealing with.
Counterintelligence primate.
Counterintelligence.
So, you send the CIP into the woods in front of you as he quickly comes back to you and starts chittering and just kind of... He acts out a little scene almost like...
Ooh, charades.
The monkey can speak Draconic.
Can it?
Yeah.
Oh! What? Sir, there's 4 men in the tree. There's 4 men in the trees midair wearing furs. Each one of them seems to have a yellow armband, and there's a man in the center whipping around a sword at incredible speed. He seems to be very precise with it. Sir. And he chitters cutely and lands on your shoulder. All 4 of you make it to the edge of the forest as you click your fingers and cast Fairy Fire. As you click your fingers, you watch a couple trails of... What color, actually?
Purple.
Yeah!
You watch 5 little trails of bright purple, almost powder, flow through the air, wisping through the trees as 2 of them go dark and 3 latch onto bodies. And you see 3 highlighted people about 30 feet through the trees, all moving around, almost working to attack something.
I suppose I should have asked before if the people that I casted on know that they're being casted on.
They do. They are bright now, however...
Son of a bitch.
All 4 of you move up, and I'm going to need initiative rolls. All 4 of you make your way into the woods, and you come out into this clearing as a man in the center is whipping around what you can only describe as a very ornate sword, slashing at anything around him, as 5 bandits surround him. One slash brings a man's head off, and another slash carves a chest open, leaving 3 people, the man in the center, and all 4 of you surrounding.
Oh, music in post!
As we move on to one of the remaining bandits. It's a very large figure, his chest robust, as he swings a sword towards the man in the middle. As he swings, he kind of brings it down, cleaving into the dirt, as the man in the middle kind of sidesteps. Gonna move towards the closest bandit, who's just about 5 feet in front of you. He hasn't even noticed the 4 of you come out of the forest as making an attack roll. You run forward, rushing towards the bandit as you bring your axe up and cleave it into his back. He has no idea what to expect as you shatter his backbone in your axe, ripping it out. Despite that, he's still standing, barely trying to hold on.
No! He doesn't have a spine!
Well, I mean, it was vertical. With that, we are going to move to that bandit. The bandit is literally paralyzed with what just happened. He's gasping, he's completely knocked out of breath, he has no idea what's going on, as we then move to Dimble.
Oh. Okay.
I just imagine that like in a TV show. I'm just like, I hit him and then it's just like,
He's standing there.
Just like spangles over.
He's standing there just seeing colors. Just gasping.
I'd love to put him out of his misery.
All right.
I'm going to.
You do have my crossbow.
I was gonna say I do have the crossbow. Could I try just aiming at his head?
Yeah, roll me an attack. On the nat 1, you haven't used a crossbow in quite a second, so as you go to load it, it goes off a bit too
Crossbow is
fast.
the same size, if not bigger.
As big as
Poor
me.
fucking bandit.
It goes off a bit too early, sending a little bolt right into Maldron's shoulder.
God damn it, Dimble.
The other bandit from across the way kind of looks and just, what the f? He's going to draw his bow, put an arrow, and that's a nat 20.
Decimated.
It's a nat 20, folks. D6. That's max damage.
My dad.
That's 6 damage.
No, I'm not dead.
Okay.
Thank God.
Meanwhile, guys, that bandit is still alive.
I'm profusely apologizing.
Would you like to swear at the bandit to put him out of
Sorry.
his
You're
misery?
firing crossbow bolts at
Would
him.
you like to swear at the bandit to put him out of his misery?
Yeah, you know what?
Okay.
Cast vicious mockery.
All right.
Lick my balls, you little gobshite.
You miss horribly.
Even dying, This man still has enough of a conscience to block out your petty insult.
Come on, man! He's doesn't have a spine!
I'm so sorry.
Lick my
You don't have to every
God
time.
starts shaking.
As we finally get to a sir, you're going to flank over to the left. As you use all of your movement speed, just about 30 feet, to make it over to him. And with a running charge, what do you want to do?
Attack him with my longsword.
All right. Bring your sword over, kind of chopping him right on the shoulder. You break through his clavicle, but pull out too quickly. You watch as the man in the middle just kind of moves towards the bandit who attacked at him last, the larger one, and makes a slash. But the other bandit's kind of learning his moves and ducks out of the way as that bandit smacks the cloaked man right in the chest with the flat side of his sword.
Wow, nice aim. Face.
Smacking the man in the middle back and knocking him prone in the center of the group.
I want to pick him up and hold him because I have a resistance to fire.
Who?
And the guy in the middle.
Oh.
The cloaked figure.
Okay.
Like, restrain him. Because I have a resistance to fire.
And I can shoot fire.
Dimble
out of
can
my
shoot
hands.
a fireball through someone.
Okay. You run forward and grab him and just heave him into your arms. You can hear him kind of panically breathing. But with that, you move on to this poor dying bandit. Nothing again as he's wheezing. He's losing all of his blood. Dimple!
I'm ignoring him and I'm gonna shoot fire at that guy. Well, he's got him.
Alright, like, please, God, someone
Like, listen, wait your turn.
Attack roll with advantage. He is restrained. You're kind of confused as where you should target because Waldron's kind of all wrapped around him. You can see more of Waldron than this man, and you kind of just whoosh, and the fireball just fizzles out right by.
Oh, man.
As we move on to the bandit that you just hit, who is clutching his shoulder. He's dropped his bow. And he just, you're gonna pay for that, as he draws a sword and tries to make a one-handed slash. And it just clinks right off your armor.
Bitch.
I will again cast Vicious Mockery
Okay.
at the dying bandit.
What do you want to say to the bandit?
First is the worst, but second is the shit! Because it's the second time that I up the... Yeah.
As you say that, you see the words magically come from your mouth and enter his ear as you just,
I wanted his head to explode or something.
as he falls,
His head
explodes.
Somehow he is still alive.
He is absolutely not alive.
A little tiny smaller bandit comes out of his chest.
Equally as still.
I do remember that so poorly. We finally moved.
Not again! Both of us.
As we move to Azur.
I have to stop rolling ones, dude.
So, you swing your sword and it kind of bonks into the ground. As we move to Hayron,
Bandit.
who's restrained as and he's gonna try and escape. Roll me an athletics check. That's a 22.
Yeah.
He's not going anywhere. Hold tighter. As this bandit, seeing one of his friends literally explode, says this shit, drops his sword and runs.
Good.
As he's running away, just the little bandit.
As we go to Waldron.
Steps on him and he doesn't die.
A smaller bandit comes in.
You hit the man in the center. His cloth begins to burn up. Take 2 fire damage.
Oh, because I'm resistant.
Yes.
You don't take the
I mean,
The final bandit kind of looks at you and
tell
it's
me
just, this will be easy, as he has now, this arm is limp. He's taken the sword into this hand and he tries to make an attack at you.
Theo dies.
oh.
Theo dies!
I die.
As he swings the sword, misses you, and cleaves into his own chest.
Hold on, did you start this by him saying, this'll be easy?
He breaks free, breaking your will. You can hit him.
I attack him with my long sword.
You clip his heel as he's running, stopping him in his place. And he kind of trips forward. He's not as far as you wanted to go. as Muldrin.
He tripped and fell on his face, right?
And as he drops to the ground, he's gonna turn around and just yell, "Wait!"
I roll to wait.
I hate you.
Why should I wait? Why should we wait?
We say that.
I don't know. He said wait.
Why should we wait?
Saying that to him.
Oh, you're saying? Oh.
Saying that to him.
With his arms still out, just rips off his face mask and just, why are you attacking me?
We were hired to capture you. Bring you back dead. Well, not really you with the sword.
I'm assuming we were hired to capture you. Are you Hayron Songsword?
Songsword? Who the hell? My name's Hayron. I've never heard the term Songsword.
Well,
That's what they're calling me?
That's
Yeah,
sword.
Does your sword trap the souls of its enemies?
Does your sword have like one really sharp edge and it's used to like in a sweeping motion?
The lute.
Is it of Japanese origin?
I would like to pick up the sword because it's purple and it makes noises. and I like noises.
I would like my monkey to pick up the sword and hand it to Mike.
So, I'm going to do this. Are you sure about that?
There were like 3
Were
guys.
they a bunch of nerds in gold-trimmed cloaks?
Yes, they were.
Yes, there's
Yeah.
one older guy and then 2.
Wait, this guy seems cool.
cloaked guys.
Yeah, that makes about sense.
And they sent us to.
No, they want my sword.
Why do they want your sword?
Because there's a very powerful demon trapped in it, and as long as I'm holding on to it, he can't go anywhere. Tentatively, he's going to reach back over and pick up the sword in his hand. Not raise it, just like clasp his hand.
Can I slam my axe, like the hilt of my axe, down on his hand to stop him?
I was gonna do the same thing, but with my lute.
You do it to the wrong hand. Like you just hit him with the lute. He's just like, ow!
Can I cast Divine Sense on Hayron to
Yes.
sense evil?
Yes.
I cast Divine Sense on Hayron.
As he's kind of tentatively reaching over, both of you go to slam his hand. As you put your lute down to block Hayron's hand, and you bring the handle of your hammer down on Hayron's hand, you collide with the lute, breaking 2 strings and pinning his hand to the ground.
Do I break his hand?
You don't break his hand, you put the handle of your hammer right through it.
Through his hand.
Through his hand. And as you do
Oh,
that...
dude, watch the strings! What the
Gorman's complaining is interrupted
Watch
by
the hilt!
a scream of pain as Hayron just looks down at his hand that's currently impaled by the hammer. Just, why would you do that? What are you doing?
You were reaching for the sword.
How do we know that you're not actually just going to unleash the demon as soon as you get it back in your hand?
On the topic of that,
Divine Sense!
he's not evil. He's being genuine.
Okay. Wait, guys. He's telling the truth. And I'm not detecting any malice from him.
Wow, you couldn't have done that sooner!
Hey, listen, I just met these guys. Like, I don't really...
Can you tell him to get the hammer out of my hand?
Hey, buddy, can you get the hammer out of his hand? It seems to really...
Oh my god.
It's gonna take me 2 weeks to find good strength.
The guy is
What?
nursing
What is wrong with all of you?
We're just like a ragtag group of idiots, kinda.
I'm a little jumpy.
I'm noticing that.
Sarcasm? Really? Really? Okay, wow. You know...
Enough of you! Hayron reaches over, grabs the sword with his other hand, and starts to get up as he kind of twirls it and puts it on his back. It's a bunch of idiots who think they know something about magic and eldritch and yada yada yada. They call themselves the Starcats.
They just sound weird.
They are weird. They see something that's magical and they think that they can just take it.
They're pretty rich. Listen, we just were on a mission to find you because there was a $60,000 or 60,000 gold bounty on your head.
That makes about sense.
You were gonna split it 4 ways.
How about this? Between the 3 of them, they're probably sharing 1 brain cell, so if they do have that much gold, it will all be carried on them. Go find them if they set any kind of rendezvous, and kill them. You'd be doing me and a couple of my friends a favor.
Are you sure you can't part with the sword? Because I've really been looking for something to up my musical repertoire.
You want to? Go ahead, touch the handle. Yeah, go ahead. See how that works for you.
Don't touch the handle.
Are you
Don't do it.
Are you sure about that?
Once you pick up the sword, you're going to have to best the demon within. You can certainly try your luck. And I'd be interested to see what happens.
Oh yeah.
But I'd be dead.
Oh yeah.
What level are you, buddy?
Last time someone tried to barter with him, this valley was created.
That actually sounds good. We could make a double valley, guys.
No,
You're not
it
taking
was
away the
created
right thing.
because he blew up a mountain.
So you're-
Am I going to be able to walk away from this?
What if we all faced the demon?
It's never been done before, and I really don't think it's going to work. So, if you don't mind me, I'm going to be on my way. And he starts to take a couple steps backwards.
Nat 20!
Holy him! He rolled a 20.
Just murders him.
He's liquid at this point.
Headbutt. You.
Plus strength, that's a
Brain.
23.
There's no way.
You got it. It's literally.
You did though. Like I
It's a
wish
20.
he didn't.
There's
Because I think going back and
Right here. Ready? Just.
So, as he's walking away, you catch him by surprise as you bring your axe over your head. You cleave it into his shoulder, and his face just registers the purest shock, as if he cannot imagine what possibly just happened, as you rip it out of his shoulder, bring it up again, and split his torso right in two down the head. Can all of you a wisdom save?
Oh no.
20.
Yeah.
I can't believe.
Just another 20.
Why are you?
No way! Gorman, you hear whispers in your ear. Grab the sword. You know you want to.
Guys.
You know you want to pick up the sword before
could just
they
take
do.
the sword.
Before they do. They're all looking at it. You're kind of asking around to your compatriots, does anybody hear that? Is anybody hearing anything? And you slowly start to feel yourself pulled towards the sword. The other three of you, as you're discussing, Gorman's eyes have glazed over in a very dark purple, almost swirling like a liquid, as his body like contorts and just moves towards the sword.
Can I stop him?
All of you have one single action. All three of you grapple onto Gorman. All of you are encapsulated by darkness. This is where future Henry is going to put an epic battle music. The darkness quickly becomes vibrant as purple electricity fills the entire air around you. You are still in a void, basically floating in nowhere. However, a form begins to take shape. You can't tell just how big it is in front of you. This is clearly something evil. The figure laughs, a booming bellow as the two of you kind of float away. Thunder cracks above as lightning comes and strikes the two of you, shaking you to your core. I'm rolling on the D100.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured. Big guys like this always do 100.
I got a 10.
You got a 10!
100. Yeah.
Yes!
So as Gorman's unconscious body floats into the void, and Maldron is kind of crackling with a little bit
let me
of
center myself.
spark. Dimple, to you.
It seems to me like he's kind of just talking in our heads, you know? Because
Can
we're
I-
in his
No, he's talking normally. It is booming. It seems to be bouncing off of every wall, despite the fact that there is no wall. You have no idea how it's doing.
Or bouncing off the fourth wall.
You fire the firebolt into the air, and it soars towards the figure, but quickly fizzles out and is swallowed by the darkness.
Okay, worth a shot.
Gorman, your eyes flash open as your heart starts beating again, and you're still surrounded by a hellish nightmare, but at least you're alive.
Really shouldn't have healed you.
I don't know. I don't like
Dumbass.
purple anymore after this.
You start saying a string of the most vile slurs imaginable.
I revive you and you just start hurling that shit, bro? Like, what the
So, and
Shut up, elf.
I hate it here.
please make me a wisdom save. And you can add bardic inspiration to that.
17 plus
18.
what? It's 18.
18, and you can add a d4 if you want to. He can't add it to anything else if he adds it to this.
So if there's a healing spell cast on me in the future,
No.
So
You would
if
add it to your rolls, not a roll onto
An
it.
attack.
So if you wanted to make an attack, you could add the D4. If you
okay, I'm
want,
gonna add the D4 to the attack.
all
Do
right,
the 18 on the wisdom.
nothing happens.
What? Why?
Nothing happens.
You made a wisdom saving throw.
So you're good.
So something
such
would
a
have
high
happened.
number.
Something would have happened, but it didn't.
It is such a high number, but you know you can go higher.
Okay, so while it's still my turn, can
Yes.
I ask what languages he speaks?
Yeah, go ahead.
What languages do you speak?
All right, and we're going on to the demon's turn.
God, why?
You didn't want to answer.
Doesn't have to
Why
answer.
would the demon?
Why is the
answer?
demon an asshole?
Why is the demon an asshole? What? Quote that. Somebody
Somebody.
quote that somewhere.
10 damage?
10 again. You've seen this attack before, and as much as you know it can be powerful, it's easy to dodge as you all get out of the way. But your armor conducts it just a bit too much as a bolt zaps you in the back. Just enough to sting.
We are lucking the out with these.
No, we are not.
Oh no, you are all lucking the
It's a
out.
D100.
I mean,
We haven't died.
If all of you your deck saves last round, and then I rolled like 20,
Oh, yeah,
that
we
was a
would.
TPK in one turn, and none of you would have had a turn.
Yeah, I'll use a missile.
As you finally want to return some damage, you kind of ball up a little bit of energy right in front of you and just boom. And you see 3 shots head towards this demon and kind of explode on its surface. You hear a little bit of a groan, but it doesn't look like it's done much. It's still done
It's
some
something.
damage.
Okay.
Wisdom save.
18. It's a 19. Please. Please. It's gotta be a 20. It has to be a 20.
All of you black out. You all wake up. The sun is shining. Trees are around you. This is exactly where you left off. The sword is sitting in Gormon's hand.
I have the power!
Delete this. If you had rolled that D4, regardless of what it had landed on, you would have succeeded.
What
you suddenly.
All of you are fully healed and fully rested.
Gamers!
You notice 3 cloaked figures poking a stick at the body of Hayron's Songsword.
Guys, they're really stupid. We could just, like, kill them and take the money.
No, don't listen to him. We will destroy all of you
They have
if you don't
no-
hand over that sword.
They're not even
What a
evil, they're just
demon.
stupid.
What exactly can I do with the sword?
Would you like to find out? Are you casting magic missiles, Sarah?
I am casting magic.
You don't need to roll.
I got a 20.
5 twice.
Guess what?
I don't need a roll.
You're not wearing armor.
So they just die.
5 hits.
So I
And I'm
rolled a
sending a
20.
missile to them.
All right.
I got a 17.
All right. All 4 of you act.
Can I please
Can I
use
roll
my
the smack mic
crowbar?
right now?
Yes, you
I
fucking
have a
can.
crowbar.
Sir,
Oh, crap.
your sword swings as true as possible, cleaving one of the men clean in half, his robes staining from the splurt of blood that comes out of his waist. As at the same time, Muldrin, you get your crowbar, stick it in his mouth, and pop his skull open. As Azure comes back with a second swing and carves the torso in half. As Dimble from the other side of the battlefield, with all the... As Dimble launches 3 of the most powerful magic missiles he could possibly conjure, all hitting the same person and exploding him into a fine red mist that coats the last living hooded figure. And he's backing up just, wait, no! Just before Gorman launches into the air, moving with incredible speed as the sword whips around him in a tornado, carving this man into 7 wonderfully distinct and surgical pieces. And as the belt falls to the ground, you hear quite a loud clattering.